Just a little house Good morning to the viewing public in television and to our public here in the gallery. The chair will now call the Saipan and Northern Ireland Legislative Delegations Session First Day, Third Regular Session to order. Please stand for a moment of silence. Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adat,
Here.
Representative Aldon, Representative Attal,
Present.
Senator Babauta, Representative Benavente, Representative Camacho Angelo,
Present.
Representative Camacho Diego,
Present.
Representative Camacho Joel,
Yeah.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Present.
Representative Castro,
Estiga.
Senator De Leon Guerrero,
Here.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Present.
Representative Flores Marissa,
Present.
Senator Magofnia,
Gaigan.
Representative Magnolia,
Present.
Representative Omar, Representative Probst,
Present.
Chairman Sablan,
Istigat.
Representative Villagomez,
Hello.
Representative Yankton,
Nyangiye.
Representative Yumo.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, there's 19 members present and 2 members absent.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With 19 members present, we duly establish a quorum. Please take note that Senator Selena Babauta and Representative Omar is hereby excused on today's order of business. And before we proceed to our next order of business, the chair will now assign Representative Yumo to be our acting floor leader on today's order of business. We are now on item B, reading and approval of the journal. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there's one SNIO Journal number 23-10, fourth day, second regular session, dated December 28, 2023.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. At this time, I ask our floor leaders for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I'll move for the adoptions now. Journal number 23-10, fourth day, second regular session, dated 12/28/23. So move.
There is a motion offered by our floor leader, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Motion adopted. Moving along, we are now in item C, and at this time, under public comments, the podium now is open. Please state your name for the record, and you have 5 minutes to make a statement.
Yes. Good morning, Chairman Sablan and honorable members of the SNIO delegation. For the record, my name is Valentino Taiscan Jr., Mayor of the Northern Islands. First of all, Mr. Chairman and members, thank you for this opportunity to comment on House Local Bill 2337, House Local Bill 2338, and House Local Bill 2339. Our office fully support such appropriation. Also on standing committee reports 2311 and 2312 with the appointment of Mr. Sablan and Mrs. Cepeda to the zoning board, I fully support and recommend confirmation to the zoning board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members.
Thank you, Mayor Taisakan. Podium is still open for anyone here in the gallery who wishes to make comments.
Buenos días, Leslie Mamoy, Chairman Sablan, and the distinguished and honorable members of this SNIO body. Good morning to all of you. Mr. Chairman, the administration of Governor Arnold I. Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David M. Apatin takes interest on your order of business today under item M, Number 1 and 2, Standing Committee Report 23-11 and 23-12. In view of this appearance on today's order of business, Mr. Chairman and members, the administration wish to convey their sincere gratitude to your delegation, and most especially to the chairperson of this NIO JGO committee, the Honorable and Senate President Edith de Longuerero, and express our sincere appreciation for a swift and expedient public hearing. Thus, the result of a standing committee report that appears before all of you today for recommending confirmation. That being said, we express our deepest and sincere gratitude to all of you, and we look forward to having the members vote in favor of standing committee report 23-11 and 23-12. As we all know, the Palacios Apatang administration, since the beginning of their inception, the zoning board has continued to review past policies of zoning affairs primarily in the third senator district. Under the transition report, there are findings and recommendations that need to be resolved so that our people can once again take a deep breath, primarily towards the business sector. And we need a rapid turnaround of services arising out of this office. And I continue to prod the zoning board, Kern, and now heading two new board members that's coming in this afternoon at 3 o'clock after their oath of office, to seriously look and review those policies so that once and for all, our people in the community can see some changes in the environment of the office itself, and thus having to have a expedient services arising out of that office. And I continue to support that idea, Mr. Chairman. So that being said, once again, I express the administration expresses their gratitude to the nominees for accepting the call of the governor and the lieutenant governor to serve our people, although the pay is only $5 every month, I think. But thank you to Charlotte and to Stephen Sablon for being able to accommodate the administration's requests. And we're looking forward to be working with you once again, Mr. Chairman, and the members and of the zoning board. Sinceramente, my name is Oscar Mbabauta, Special Assistant for the Administration. Thank you. Buenos dias.
Thank you, SAA Babauta. Podium still open. Okay.
Dispensa. Buenos dias, Lesser Muamoy. Amaga umogaan, gi Fino Antigo. Si Francis Sablonzo, Directoran Executivo Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations. Si Zeus Moasi, Hilaso, Atahi Nehi Hatihan, ni Onoyam lugar para ben cuentos, Zanokwi para put on in considera a miscellaneous communication 2381. We humbly request for the Marianas Alliance of Non-Governmental Organizations, mas matungo niya como mango, so that we may continue developing and strengthening the nonprofit sector. We are requesting the amount that was specified for trainings, workshops, stakeholder engagement, and due support for our membership for 2024. Did you know that in the US mainland, a total of nonprofits comprised 5.6% of the GDP, and contributed $1.4 trillion to the economy in 2022. We all know that the CNMI is looking for untapped new market space, and the CNMI nonprofit sector has serious potential. We believe strengthening the CNMI's nonprofit sector is more essential than ever. The nonprofit sector can potentially access the additional funds that have yet to be applied and provide community services to fill in the gaps in partnerships with government programs. This could mean new money, new jobs, and a healthier CNMI. To get there, we need to keep helping the community learn about how to make nonprofits strong and reduce vulnerability. This is not a quick fix solution, but one rooted in long term sustainability. Mango's mission is for a strong, stable nonprofit sector providing services to the CNMI, increasing overall community health and well being. Our programs are designed to improve board governance and prepare and support nonprofits to be fiscally responsible. We also work with nonprofits to develop ideas into projects and programs that will provide services to the community, which can become project proposals and grant applications. Hiring Mango puts the expertise of 5 nonprofit administrators at your service for less than price of one full-time staff. These are the services that we are providing. So Mango is dedicated to creating a healthy and vibrant nonprofit sector with our programs and services. Our mission is simple: building CNMI nonprofit sector capacity by providing leadership and technical services using expertise, empowerment, and best practices structures to increase community sustainability and expansion. Every day, we strive to provide support services to our 161 nonprofit organizations and 68 individual members, which is basically 27% of the total registered nonprofits here in the CNMI. In addition, we provide free support to individuals looking to start nonprofit organizations, making sure that they start off on the right steps from the beginning to ensure long-term sustainability. Moreover, we are working in partnership with different government offices to help structure ways to help them deliver their grant-funded opportunities through our nonprofit members. Mango was organized by a group of individuals passionate about community service in 2010. In the last 10 years, the board members have changed, but the vision for a strong nonprofit community has been our central focus. In 2020, Mango was awarded a grant from ANA, the Administration for Native Americans, to conduct the Lemay May Nonprofit Incubator Project. In this program, 30 nonprofits were provided support over 3 years, including membership fees, workshops, trainings in financial and data management, grant research and writing support, and one-on-one individual consultation to help structure steps to reduce organizational vulnerability. Today, in order to continue providing these services free of charge to the community, Mango needs additional financial support, and thus we come to you. With SNOW's support, We can provide membership scholarships to our members for 2024. And we want to bring up the numbers from 30% to 50%. This will allow for a slight increase in Mango's membership in 2024, ideally setting us up to 50% of the 350 registered nonprofits. Mango will also offer a series of workshops in 2024, such as grant writing, data management, budgeting, program development, and project management. Your support for this area would allow Mango to offer workshops free of charge for up to 40 individuals from member organizations. Additionally, we can provide individual consultation for up to 36 hours to 10 members throughout the year. We are also seeking support for our stakeholder engagement plans for 2024 and to be able to conduct outreach and services. We thank you for giving us the opportunity and for the consideration in helping Mango continue to provide the services we offer to our community members for as long as possible. Atay nehiniatihan, si Zeus Masi, Hilisaw.
Thank you, Mrs. Sablon. The podium is still open for anyone, the public here in the gallery who wishes to make comments. Please state your name for the record. Thank you.
Hafade Zantiro, Manana Sizu Sainamosi. Inonus Yuse Pikioshi Tototunianzo, Lomatuzumogi sa Ilekuna importantisti na request I organization Maagan Hagan Wong. No, it's a non-profit organization. We just did long to recovery. And I will serve a board of parole. Huli para dan usoda na bula organization gano huzong nidji I profan mazuda sti jotasya no repeated offenders but relapse. Wapago moli na organisasyon ki maagan drug court. Luan manajano ki drug court masoto huzong yalubi comunidad. Guanabain ni antipozono muzong yalubi comunidad muabako yalubi comunidad. Pues hafa siya gwa yalubi comunidad ta tunga ya hafa jota dongklu na problema I ice pandemic. Manhongizo Jano pa-facing hamzo na pembabe ko son mizo janata nisti I organization hagan wong. We just in organization ni promatsalo esti siya I manuhuzong ki court. Haswa kwanto na salapi magagasta ki court. Za kuno manhuzong esti siya zaman magwadua za taza programa ni paro maajuda tati galami kanidata ma-relapse siya talo. Zagai gizo gini kumubort toto tinanzo. Zau kumpendi hafa lenga I chairman, si chairman Sablan. Hafa ma-invest ki Saipan legislative delegation para Saipan. Kumpendi no zau respeta no. Logoho board no toto tinan. Ja siyempre gunu waha sa lopi gizo mami lo kitinan delegation behu faisi ni delegation mami. Na puro masabotas tin na programa tinian. Sa pago dos, ginin tinian no matetendi record. Za gwini dikiki na komunidad ni accessible todos ti I drugs. Za guno man masotaw dong komunidad za todas tin organisasyon sinatalo ma-relapse siya za magasta. Za tagasta izi sa lopi ni man ma-invest ki record. Pues pa-facing hamzo ni delegation Saipan na perembabay corazon mizo ni pernay na organisasyon I hagan wong no salapi sinati todo lo masyadi didi na lokwe daw na be testigo na imango lokwe manajujuda gizo mo organisasyon no in fact in na papay lokwe zi anagran Jai Mango Mua Zerada Jami. Jesus Mosi.
Jesus Masi, Mr. Kyosi.
Mr. Chairman, Jawan na binolo mo Jokun wa testimony.
Hunggan, niga na Sergeant at Arms. Jesus Masi. The podium is still open for any of our members of the public here in the gallery who wishes to make comments. Okay, there happens to be no more public comments. And at this time, as discussed prior to our session, we will now move to item M, Standing Committee Report, and tackle the Standing Committee reports. So we are now on item M, and at this time, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will now move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 23-11. Standing Committee on Judicial and Governmental Operation reporting on the appointment of Mr. Stephen P. Sablon to serve as a member of the Commonwealth Zoning Board. Your committee recommends the confirmation of Mr. Sablon. So move.
There is a motion offered by our floor leader for the confirmation of Mr. Stephen P. Sablon to serve as a member of the Commonwealth Zoning Board. It has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Atta?
Yes.
Representative Aldon? Representative Atta?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Hunggan.
Representative Camacho Angelo?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel?
Hunggan.
Representative Camacho Vicente?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Yes.
Senator De Leon Guerrero?
Yes.
Representative Flores Joseph?
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa?
Yes.
Senator Magofnia?
Yes.
Representative Manglonia?
Yes.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Villagomez?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamai?
Awar.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Hunggan.
Mr. Chairman, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With all 19 members voting in the affirmative, the confirmation of Mr. Stephen Sablon to serve as a zoning board member is hereby adopted by the delegation. Congratulations. Moving along, I recognize again the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 23-12. It's now Standing Committee on Judicial and Governmental Operation reporting on the appointment of Ms. Charlotte P.R. Cepeda to serve as a member of the Commonwealth Zoning Board. Your committee recommends the confirmation of Ms. Cepeda. So move.
There is a motion offered by our floor leader for the confirmation of Mrs. Charlotte Cepeda to serve as a member of the Commonwealth Zoning Board. It has been seconded. Discussion. Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Atta?
Hunggan.
Representative Aldon? Representative Atta?
Yes.
Representative Benavente?
Hunggan.
Representative Camacho Angelo?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel?
Hunggan.
Representative Camacho Vicente?
Yes.
Representative Castro?
Hunggan.
Senator De Leon Guerrero?
Yes.
Representative Flores Joseph?
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa?
Yes.
Senator Magofnia?
Yes.
Representative Manglonia?
Yes.
Representative Probst?
Yes.
Representative Villagomez?
Yes.
Representative Yanktamai?
Awar.
Representative Yumo?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Hunggan.
Mr. Chairman, all 19 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With all 19 members present voting in the affirmative for the confirmation of Mrs. Charlotte Cepeda to serve as a Commonwealth member of the Commonwealth Zoning Board is hereby adopted by the delegation. Congratulations. Let's have a short recess for a photo op with our nominees that are confirmed. Thank you. Thank you, members. We are back in session, and before that short recess, we were at item M. We will now go back to our order of business. Item D, introduction of local bills. And at this time, I recognize Representative Angelo Camacho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For me, introducing House Local Bill number 23-36 to reappropriate funds under Saipan Local Law 21-13 and for other purposes. Pre-filed by myself and several others. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Camacho. Moving along, I recognize Representative Manny Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to introduce House Local Bill 23-32 to establish a refund program for the recycling of junk cars, introduced by myself and several others.
Thank you, Representative Castro. Moving along, recognize again Representative Angelo Camacho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Introducing House Local Bill number 23-37 to reappropriate $120,500 allotted under Saipan Local Law 21-10, specifically under Project Code 7192N, $109,574.90 allotted under Saipan Local Law 22-10, specifically under Project Code 2007G, $109,115 allotted under Saipan Local Law 21-17, specifically under Project Code 4963U, and $1,958.45 allotted under Saipan Local Law 22-09, specifically under Project Code 2007H, and for other purposes. Pre-filed by myself, and I believe, Mr. Chairman, there's a minor floor amendments just on the language. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Angelo Camacho. At this time, I recognize our floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now introducing House Local Bill 23-38 to appropriate 600,000 from the revenues collected for the third senatorial district pursuant to Saipan Local Law 22-06 and for other purposes offered by myself and 6 other members. I would prefer the whole 20 members sign if you want to get some of the funds. No? Okay. Cancel.
Thank you, Floor Leader Ralph Yumo. Moving along, last on our introduction of House Local Bills, I recognize our Vice Speaker, Representative Joel Camacho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Officially introducing House Local Bill number 23-39 to reappropriate $40,000 under Saipan Local Law 22-10, Project Code 2007W, $302,800 under Saipan Local Law 20-26, Project Code 7190L, and $920 under Saipan Local Law 19-18, Project Code 3753E for road repairs and construction of roads within Precinct 4 and for the payment of streetlights in Egegi Drive and for other purposes. Introduced by myself and Rep. Malcolm Omar. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Joel Camacho. And at this time, I ask the floor leader to make the proper motion that we place all House Local Bills in today's bill calendar.
Thank you,
Floor
Mr.
leader.
Chairman. Just over in line with the rules, I now offer a motion to suspend Rule 9, Section 7, referrals of bills and resolutions, so that we can place House Local Bill 2336, House Local Bill 23-32, House Local Bill 23-37, House Local Bill 23-38, and House Local Bill 23-39 to calendar. So moved.
There is a motion for suspension of rules offered by our floor leaders to place all House Local Bills in today's bill calendar. It has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say nay. Motion adopted. Thank you, members. Moving along in our order of business, there happens to be none on item E, introduction of local resolutions. We are now on item F, messages from the governor. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there are 6 governor's communication numbers 2329 to 2334.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on messages from the governor. Ready? Thank you, members. Moving along, we are now on item G, messages from the mayors of Saipan and Northern Islands. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Chairman, there are four mayor's communication numbers 2313 to 2316.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on messages from the mayors of Saipan and Northern Islands. Ready? Thank you, members. Moving along, we are now on item H, reports and communications from heads and departments and agency. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there are two department agencies communication numbers 2309 and 2310.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on reports on communications from heads and departments and agency. Ready? Thank you, members. Moving along, we are now on item I, House Communications. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there are 11 House communications numbers 2362 to 2364.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on House Communications. Ready? Thank you, members. Moving along, there happens to be none on item J, Senate Communications. We are now on item K, Delegation Matters. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there are 10 delegation matters numbers 2357 to 2366.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on Delegation Matters. Ready? Thank you, members. We are now on item L, Miscellaneous Communications. Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there are 10 miscellaneous communications numbers 2380 to 2389.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Discussion on miscellaneous communications. Ready? Thank you, members. Moving along, we have already adopted items on item M. We are now, there happens to be none on item N, reports of special and conference committees. None on item O, unfinished business. There is none on item P, resolution calendar. We are now on item Q, bill calendar. And at this time, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just so we're in line with the rules again, I now offer a motion to suspend Rule 9, Section 9 and 10, first and second reading, and Rule 7, Section 8, with regards to the committee report. So move.
There is a motion offered by a floor leader for the suspension of rules, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say nay. Motion adopted. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mrs. Chairman. I now offer a motion to pass House Local Bill 23-32 to establish a refund program for the recycling of junk cars. So moved.
There is a motion offered by a floor leader for the passage of House Local Bill 23-32, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Recognize the author of the bill, Representative Castro.
Thank you, members. I seek your support in the passage of this bill. Just looking through the villages, all the different precincts, the prevalence of junk cars continues to grow. I believe that in establishing a refund program for these junk cars, it can help mitigate the safety and health hazard of these junk cars. And by incorporating a redemption program, specifically about $300 per junk vehicle redeemed, it will take off the burden from the mayor's office, DPW, and a lot of government agencies, and incentivizing private citizens to recycle these junk cars and not store them in the villages. I believe that this has been an ongoing issue for several years, and with the passage of this bill, it should curb the collection of junk vehicles in the villages. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Castro. Are there any further discussion on the motion for the passage of House Local Bill 23-32? Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Adat? Representative Adon? Representative Attal?
Yes.
Representative Benavente? Representative Camacho? Angelo?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego?
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel,
Again.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Representative Matt Castro,
Yes.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa, Senator Magofnia,
Yes.
Representative Magnolia,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Villa Gomez,
Aware.
Representative Yanktamai,
Aware.
Representative Yumo. Mr. Chairman,
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. 18 or did I hear 18 or 19? 18?
18.
With 18 members present voting in the affirmative, House Local Bill 23-32 hereby passes the delegation. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a short recess, if I may, just to speak to the council.
Short recess. Thank you, members. Thank you, members. We are back in session and we are still under item Q, bill calendar. And at this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know that we have many bills that we are gonna offer a first and final. So, uh, If I may, without objection, I would like to suspend again Rule 7, Section 8, Committee Reports, and Rule 9, Section 9 and 10 for the following bills. House Local Bill 23-36, House Local Bill 23-37, House Local Bill 23-38, and House Local Bill 23-39. So move.
There is a motion offered by our floor leader for the suspension of rules, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, say nay. Motion adopted. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now offer a motion to pass House Local Bill 23-37 to reappropriate $120,500 allotted under Saipan Local Law 21-10, specifically under Project Code 7192N, $109,574.90 allotted under Saipan Local Law 23-10, specifically under Project Code number 2007G, $109,115 allotted under Saipan Local Law 21-17, specifically under Project Code 4963U, and 100,958 and 45 cents allotted under Saipan Local Law 22-9, specifically under Project Code 2007H. So move.
Thank you, floor leader. There is a motion offered by our floor leader for the passage of House Local Bill 23-37, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? Short recess. Thank you, members. We are back on session. And before we had the short recess, we are still on the motion of the passage of House Local Bill 23-37. And at this time, I recognize the author, Representative Angelo Camacho.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, I would like to make a floor amendment to amend current text to reflect an amendment as follows. On page 2, lines 15 through 16, replace the words $109,115 with $35,425. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? There is a floor amendment offered by Representative Angelo Camacho. Yeah, it has been seconded. Discussion on that motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Motion adopted. House Local Bill number 23-37 is now draft 1. So we are now on the main motion. Any further discussion? Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Atta, Representative Aldon, Representative Atta,
Yes.
Representative Benavente,
Good.
Representative Camacho Angelo,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel,
Good.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Yes.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa, Senator Magofnia,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Villagomez,
Yes.
Representative Yanktamai,
Aware.
Representative Yumo,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With all 18 members present voting in the affirmative, House Local Bill 23-37, Draft 1, hereby passes the delegation. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now move to pass House Local Bill 23-39 to reappropriate 40,000 under Saipan Local Law 22-10, project code number 2007W, and 2,800 under Saipan Local Law 20-26, project code number 7190L, and $920 under Saipan Local Law 19-18 under project code number 3753E for road repairs and constructions of roads within precinct 4, and for payment of street lights in Igigi Drive. So move.
There is a motion offered by a floor leader for the passage of House Local Bill 23-39, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Atta, Representative Aldon, Representative Atta,
Yes.
Representative Benavente,
Good.
Representative Camacho Angelo,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel,
Good.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Ungan.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa, Senator Magofnia,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Villagomez,
Yes.
Representative Yanktamai,
Aware.
Representative Yumo.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, all 18 members present voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With all 18 members present voting in the affirmative, House Local Bill number 23-39 hereby passes the delegation. Moving along, recognize again the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now I offer a motion to pass House Local Bill 2338 to appropriate 600,000 from the revenues collected from the 3rd Senatorial District pursuant to Saipan Local Law 22-6. So move.
There is a motion offered by our floor leader for the passage of House Local Bill 23-38, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Atta, Representative Aldan, Representative Atta,
Yes.
Representative Benavente,
Again.
Representative Camacho Angelo,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Joel,
Good.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Earhart drives, yes.
Representative Castro,
Yes.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa,
Yes.
Senator Magofnia,
Yes.
Representative Magnolia,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Villagomez,
Aware.
Representative Yanktamai,
Aware.
Representative Yumo.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, all 18 members voted yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With all 18 members present voting on the affirmative, House Local Bill 23-38 hereby passes the delegation. Okay, we have one more in our bill calendar. Recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now offer a motion to pass House Local Bill 23-36 to reappropriate funds under Saipan Local Law 21-13. So move.
There's a motion offered by our floor leader for the passage of House Local Bill 23-36, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Recognize Representative Royada.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just made aware of the communication from Northern Marianas Housing in regards to House Bill 23 or House Local Bill 23-36 opposing this bill because it takes away the funding that was initially established to help out people in need. For that reason, I will not be supporting this bill as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Ada. Any further discussion? Let me recognize Representative BJ Ato.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Rep. Ada, for bringing that article up that came up about 3 weeks ago from the corporate director of NMHC regarding House Local Bill 2336 that's taking funding from Saipan Local Law 21-13 under Section 2(4) of that local law. Back in the 21st legislature, we appropriate $300,000 to assist with the damages from YouTube. A lot of our people on the island of Saipan couldn't qualify for SBA, didn't get assistance from FEMA. So we went this angle to put the money over to NMHC so they can address the shortage of or the needs for our people that couldn't qualify for these benefits that were available for them. With SBA, they couldn't afford the percentage. With the CDA, they couldn't. I think SBA dropped theirs to even 2%. They still couldn't afford to pay that. CDA was at 4%. And there's other types of loans that a lot of our people back then couldn't afford because of the damages that they had at their homes or whatever other structures. So we appropriate these funds to assist, and we had a meeting with NMHC regarding these monies to give them the funds so that they can provide the program for our people. Unfortunately, it never kicked off. So I don't know. It was surprising for me to read that article coming from the corporate director of NMHC going against the legislation that appropriated funds to them almost 4.5 years ago, when the people actually needed it. But the program was never kicked off at NMHC. They didn't even try to get to the administration to work on the program to provide these monies out to our public that needed the assistance back then. So fast forward 4 years, or almost 4 years, 4.5 years later, they're coming on an article challenging the funds from being reprogrammed, knowing the fact that they got $240 million, which over 100 million of that is to assist homeowners, first-time homeowners, rebuilding homes and refurbishing homes. Now they're coming after the $300,000 that should have been used in in 2019, 2020, after they received 240 some million dollars in 2020. So that argument is very moot. They should be concentrating and moving these projects forward so these homes can be done for our people, rather than going back to argue about this $300,000 that's being removed from NMHC, knowing the fact that those monies were available back in 2019 and 2020, so that they can address the needs of our people back then after the typhoon. So with that being said, Mr. Chairman, there's no disrespect to their position, but it's kind of funny that you're gonna fight for $300,000 now when you had it back then that you could have utilized for our people. But with $244 million, let's get those projects moving so that the monies can circulate into the cinema and these people can have their homes. I fully support the intent of 23-36, and I ask for the member support in passing it so it can get to the governor's desk for signature. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion? Recognize the author, Representative Angelo Camacho.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Rep. Atao, for that clarification. I just want the people to understand that this is a funding source that we saw fit to make reappropriations. We're not simply just going to take any funding source from a different entity if we felt like it was not suitable. This funding, this appropriation would really mean a lot to the people of Precinct 5. Throughout the many years I've been living in Precinct 5, there's been over, I want to say, 10 accidents on the specific road. And this appropriation would go towards addressing that issue. And we're just very thankful that there hasn't been any fatality. It's also going to go towards the much needed rehabilitation for a ponding basin located in Cagman 3. I had the opportunity to witness it and see it firsthand, the flooding it's causing, the damages it's causing towards private properties. And so I feel like this is a very important appropriation to address these issues. And these are issues that we need to tackle as soon as possible. So thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Angelo Camacho. I'll continue allowing members to discuss this passage motion, but before we even pass it, there will be a floor amendment, but recognize Representative Edwin Props.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for this discussion and comments put forth. I just want to say that I'm sad that that this is that there's some misinformation with this, and the intent is not proper. This is something that was given 4.5 years ago at a time that it was critical to use, and it was never utilized. And I could understand voting and opposing this if it were to be misused for things that were not really necessary. But this is necessary. This is a precinct need, and regardless if it's not in our precinct or not, we have an obligation, especially when it comes to our people with safety issues and concerns. And the ponding basin, that's been a long-standing thing. It's difficult right now to find funding. This is a funding source that can be used. And as Rep. BJ eloquently put, we have $244 million that we're looking at. $300,000 that should have been used a long time ago, should have been spent. And many people have moved on since then. And where is the promise that they're going to even use it after waiting 4.5 years? Are we going to wait another 4.5 years? So those are concerns that I have. And I feel that confident in voting yes to this bill. And I don't feel that it's fair to say that we are not going to help those less fortunate. We've always done that. We've always put them first. This is a case where we need this funding to fix Precinct 5, and it's needed for all the people in Precinct 5. And I thank you for explaining that so eloquently, Rep. BJ and Rep. Angelo. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Probst. Are there any further discussion on the motion for passage? Recognize Representative Yang.
Yes, I just want to thank Rep. BJ for explaining everything. Um, After hearing from other people, they were telling me to vote no, but his explanation is good. So I support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Yang. Are there any other further discussion? Ready? Short recess. Thank you, members. We are back on session. And before we took that short recess, we are still on the motion to pass House Local Bill 23-36. We still are up for discussion. And at this time, I recognize Representative TJ Manglonia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to commend Rep. Roy Ada for his sentiment regarding NMHC. I know any funding is crucial to any department, and obviously, taking any funding away to do other projects obviously would affect any department. But I understand the crucial need for the Ponding Basin as well in Precinct 5, and of course, along with Rep. Angelo, we've been getting many concerns regarding this issue, causing flooding within homes. And I think if we can tap into that funding source now and help those people that are, that will benefit right away, we can always address funding toward NMHC in the future. So again, I respect NMHC. I respect all opinions, but this time I will offer my support for this local bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. TJ Manglonia. Are there any further discussion on the motion? If there's none, I recognize Representative Angelo Camacho to offer the floor amendment for some correction on the bill. Recognize Representative Angelo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To offer a floor amendment on the first page, page 1, line 9, the word $300 to add 1,000 after the word 100. And on page 2, line 6, the word pounding to ponding. Forgive me for that error. I think I was probably thinking of pound cake at the time, but that's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Do I hear a second? There is a floor amendment offered by the author of the bill, Representative Angelo Camacho, and it has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. House Local Bill 23-36, now in the form of draft 1. We are now on the main motion. Are there any discussion? Ready? Thank you, members. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Representative Ada,
Respectfully, no.
Representative Adan, Representative Atta,
Yes.
Representative Beneventi,
Good.
Representative Camacho Angelo,
Yes.
Representative Camacho Diego, Representative Camacho Joel,
I'm good.
Representative Camacho Vicente,
Yes.
Representative Castro,
Ungan.
Representative Flores Joseph,
Yes.
Representative Flores Marissa, Senator Magofnia,
Yes.
Representative Manglonia,
Yes.
Representative Probst,
Yes.
Representative Villagomez,
Yes.
Representative Yanktamai,
Aware.
Representative Yumo.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Hungan.
Mr. Chairman, 17 members voted yes and 1 member voted no.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. With 17 members present voting in the affirmative, House Local Bill 23-36, Draft 1 hereby passes the delegation. Thank you, members. That took care of item Q, bill calendar. We now move down on our order of business. Item R, miscellaneous business. And at this time, I recognize Representative BJ Ato.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman and colleagues, I know that there's a couple organizations and community members that came up and spoke under public comments seeking financial assistance from SNIO. Just want them to know that we are working on other appropriations for those entities as you received the request for financial assistance. A lot of these bills that we had passed today are reappropriating monies from previous laws that are, for the most part, restrictive to certain for capital projects, more so than flexible funds that we usually try to appropriate in the mid part of the year, but so that the entities that have submitted requests for assistance to the chairman and those that have provided comments today and in previous sessions, we will work on getting some assistance to your respective entities with the chairman, your committee, Mr. Chairman, and the members of this delegation. So we respectfully ask for your continued patience, and we will get some funding to your respective organizations. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Ato. I do also want to add and emphasize to those that have turned in their request for funding that we do, as a chair, I do make it a delegation matter, and it's filed in this body uh, because of collection of funding from different sources. I ask for your patience because whenever we do appropriation, it's based by collection. But we duly understand your organization, and we know the need of funding to appropriate to help assist your programs are duly noted here in this body. And rest assured that we will do our best to find fundings for your entity. Are there any further business, miscellaneous business? I recognize the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to thank every member for passing House Local Bill 23-63. I know most of the funds will address Precinct 3, and I also understand that the chairman is going to be authorized to address, who will also address other precincts. But just to let the public know that the e-gaming fund that was generated is actually to address the Western Garapan district for its cleanup. So majority of a lot of the funds would be used to address the cleanup, especially down in Western Garapan. It's sad to see that when our tourists walk into that area, it's very dark and a lot of overgrown vegetation that needs to be cleaned. So this one would greatly improve the area and make it safe for our tourists to walk around. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Yumo. Any further miscellaneous business? Ready? We move down to item S, announcement. Any announcement? Ready? Thank you, members. We are now on item T, adjournment, and at this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'll move to adjourn subject to the call of the chairman. So move.
There is a motion offered by the floor leader for adjournment. It has been seconded. Discussion on the motion. Ready? All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, you can stay. Thank you. The ayes have it.